Eagles fans, you're now locked into the Think Eagles YouTube channel with Pablo Gary, the #1 Eagles fan from Maryland.
Kick it and go, kick it and go. With a stiff on, spin move, and zones, go. From sideline to touchdown, I put on a show. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. With a stiff on, spin move, and zones, go.
Let's go. Eagles on 3, 1, 2, 3.
There you go. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
When will you see the magic in your madness?
What up, Eagles Nation? We get ready to get into this Johnny Wilson breakdown. But before we do, man, it's Saturday night, 10:43 on the dot. I just want to catch a vibe really quick before we do this breakdown. Make sure you guys stick around. It's going to be a good one, man. Just let me catch a vibe, man, so I can get into this. Man, the first Eagles win. This how we getting down right here. Sensational.
Sensational. Yeah. What didn't I do for you, girl? And I know. Act the fool for you. Love like a riddle. Yeah. Give me the clues for the riddle. Oh, wow. Laugh just a little. Yeah. Life's pretty sweet. Can't be bitchy. Tell me love her to the morning. Nah. Love her to the nighttime. Nah. I don't get nobody. If you give me body, I won't tell nobody.
All right. I just had to get that out, man. I had to get that one out, man. Yeah, let's get into this Johnny Wilson breakdown. Johnny Wilson freaked me out, and here's why. And, you know, when the Eagles drafted him, I was like, bro, Johnny Wilson reminds me of somebody that the Eagles tried to take a chance on before, but I just can't figure out the guy's name. Can't figure it out. Looked all over the internet. I mean, these guys have the same exact body type. Both of these guys are 6'7". The other guy came into Philadelphia at about 255 pounds. Johnny Wilson is about 15 pounds lighter at 235 pounds. And it definitely shows in their route running and just their overall game. Do you guys remember Ifeanyi Moma? That's the guy. That's the dude. 6'7". I was like, oh my goodness. We got D-Jack. We got Jeremy Maclin. And then we could put him in the slot. Like I was just all over. Just didn't know how to evaluate a thing. I thought this dude was the next best thing since sliced bread, brother. Oh, man. Burnt toast. That bread was burnt toast. I'm sure he's a great guy, but that bread was burnt toast. And so I'm hoping that Johnny Wilson is not this guy. Now, Ifeanyi Moma, I think he was a true tight end. He was bigger than, you can see even in this photo right here. Johnny is bones. You call him Johnny Bones. He's nothing but bones, right? Ifeanyi Moma he had a thicker body. Like his build was he just had a bigger build. So I could see why, you know, they tried him at tight end. You know, they started him at a wide receiver, you know, but he wasn't physical on the outside. And he wasn't fast enough to make plays. And so I said, okay, we got to do a direct comparison because Johnny Wilson, you will not fool me again. I've already learned my Ifeanyi Moma lesson. You will not fool me. But Johnny just had better college stats. I think Moma coming out of Boston College, I believe, he only had like 634 yards total in 4 years. Johnny Wilson, his collegiate career, I think he's well over 1,500 yards total. I think over 85 catches. Yeah, so he definitely has put more numbers up, you know, but it scares you, man. These taller guys scare me a lot. But honestly, Johnny Wilson is different, and we'll look at it here at his highlight. Let me just get to Moma really quick, just because he doesn't really have highlights, to be quite honest. He just has some routes that he was running on air during his time in Philadelphia. And I just want you guys to see the difference between the body types. Like, it's crazy how you can be 6'7", two guys can be the same exact size, and their bodies do two different things. Kind of like the Gabe Hall, Jordan Davis comparison. Johnny Wilson and Ifeanyi Moma, though both of those guys are 6'7", their hips are not the same. Johnny Wilson has hips that's the size of maybe like a guy that's like 6'2", 6'3". Ifeanyi Moma, he has 6'7" hips. And this is what I mean. He's really slow coming out of his breaks. So I had to go back in the archives and find this one.
They're going to try to, you're 6 get off the line and hit some, getting off the line of scrimmage and swatting these guys away.
Yeah, he could never get off the line of scrimmage. All right. Just look how slow that is. Like, if you're not used to understanding how quick you need to get out of route, you'll see in Johnny Wilson's tape, it's like his hips move before his shoulders. His lower body moves before his upper body with Johnny Wilson. Ifeanyi Moma coming out, this was his issue. He was so slow. It was just turtle-like.
That's here when you get training camp.
It's just, you got to get out of that.
And, we're working now. I'm happy to be back in that environment where I can, get buddy with the players and also work hard with
it's
very exciting.
He didn't know how to properly use his body. He's just one of those big, goofy guys. I'm not saying everything I'm saying is on the football field, nothing personal. But his body was just goofy.
The rust is coming off pretty quickly.
Yeah, it is.
That's a nice slant route. But this route right here,
but as far as conditioning,
that's slow. You got to get out of it.
Get on.
You see how he's still, his knees, he's still sinking. You're still sinking, and I need that right leg to already be out of that sink and trying to, your head should already be around. Right? So Johnny Wilson is just,
Do you feel like the rust is
same body, two different type of players.
I mean, you really will never know until the pads get on. But as far as conditioning, working out, that rust is regular.
Johnny Wilson is more physical. Johnny Wilson is 6'7", but he plays like he's 6'3", and that's what he has going for him.
I gotta believe that the vets here, when you get to training camp.
Yeah, that's just, see, he's fooling people with the pumping of the arms. Just because your arms are moving fast doesn't necessarily mean that your legs are moving fast.
Yeah, it is.
Excuse me.
It is. I mean, you really will never know until the pads get on.
Get out of there. See, that's a horrible route. Your head should be around. That was his problem. Ifeanyi Moma had a lot of talent coming out, but I think he should have said, "Hey man, I'm a natural born tight end. Don't do me wide receiver. Do me tight end." So let's take a look at Johnny, see what he has going on. You'll see, man. It's I hate to say this because Ifeanyi Moma is more on the melanated side and Johnny Wilson is more on the lighter side. I hate to say that their games is night and day, but listen, man, it's 10:52. Cut me a break, guys. I'm giving you this double header back-to-back video drop. Cut me. Let's get into it, man.
6'7", 235 pounds.
Yes, sir.
Johnny Wilson would love to introduce himself to the rest of the country.
It's a shot down the sideline looking for Wilson.
Hold on, let me fix this really quick. I can't. This is getting a little annoying. All right. You're not Johnny Wilson. All right, let's get into it. Physical. Stiffy. Stiff arm. Great concentration. Like if you're 6'7", you better be able to use those mitts. When you're 6'7", you can catch the football with your wrists. You better be able to bring in those balls, man. Pause. Right? Now here they get physical. There's a mismatch.
6'7"
Get off me.
What an incredible catch by Johnny.
Concentration, physicality. Get off me, young man. Extend. Right? Full extension. And get your feet in gear. Go get it. Love that. Love that. Full extension. Johnny here to your right side. Full extension like he's blocking. It's a great job, you know, really getting into that block. Disengage. Go up and go get it. I need you to not. You got to get that foot down. In the NFL, this is an incomplete pass. Right knees is not going to get it. And this is where, you know, I think Steve Smith Sr. said he got 2 left feet. Like his Johnny Wilson's problem is he has bad, like, hip feet coordination. Like, they just don't talk. It's weird. All right, foot goes down. Start dragging. So, Johnny, you need to work with Devontae Smith with this after practice. A.J. Brown, somebody will show you the tiptoe drag. Learn that. Once you add that to your game, it's the NFL. One, right here. The left side of your brain should be telling your left big toe to drag your foot right now.
91 Dan Marino. I swear this guy Michael Rapino.
All right, here we go. Here's that play. Now, just remember, if you can, how like sluggish and slow Ifeanyi Moma was getting out of his break. Now, watch Johnny Wilson here. This is the difference. The ball is already out, right? Watch how he gets out the break.
Michael Rapino.
Already out the break, right? Now, watch his hips. Just try to focus on his hips. You see how it's a natural flow? It's natural movement for his hips just to get out of there. That's the difference between Ifeanyi Moma at 6'7" and Johnny Wilson at 6'7". Get out of there. Hips. Hips. Right? Hips. Right? Now, it's that strength. His play strength is crazy. We seen it first with the stiff arm on the first catch. Here, you get out of your break. Ifeanyi Moma, he would have still he wouldn't have been out of his cut by now. He would have been coming out. Johnny Wilson is already turning his hips. His hips doesn't lie. He has really good hips. Really good hips. And tall guys, they're easy to bring down because their legs are so weak. Johnny is like strong. Play through it, fight through it. Effort. Run your route. See the ball in. Get those hips around. Fight through the contact. Hip. Drive. Drive and dive. That's good right there. This right here is a great look at it. Let me go back. Go back.
I swear this guy Michael Rapino's boosting my ego.
Trying to find it.
Now the base growing about who they think is the best.
Right here. You see how his lower half, his legs is already turning before his upper body is? His legs is moving before his shoulders is. He's gone. This is why he can be special. This is why he can be special right here. Get out of there.
Took a while, got the joke.
Fight through contact.
The deck now. I'm holding all the cards and niggas want to play chess.
All right. I mean, most guys at 6'7" are not catching screen passes, but he can do it. And he does it with burst too.
Now, I hear you talking,
burst.
I don't even tend it, they should knows in it. I'm authentic, real.
Right here, here's the burst. You got 3 guys. 3 guys right there, but here's that quick burst.
Ain't no gimmicks, no game, no scrimmage. I ain't playing with you niggas at all.
Most guys don't have this in their game.
I don't even tend it, they should knows in it. I'm authentic, real name, no in it. I'm authentic, real name.
Sorry about that. That stutter step, most guys don't have that.
In it. I'm authentic. authentic, real name, no gimmicks, no game.
Watch the stutter step.
No
Stutter.
I ain't playing with you niggas at all. My classmates, they went on to be taught in the count.
Physically is, but he catches the ball, and he's free. 30, 20.
Reunion might be worth an appearance. Make everybody have to go through security clearance. Tables turn, bridges burn, you live and learn. With the ink, I can murder, word of my nigga Earn. Yeah, I swear shit that started clicking, dog. You know it's real when you are who you think you are.
See, Johnny Wilson, because he's so tall, he doesn't necessarily have to run the best routes because he's a bigger target, right? So Devontae Smith has to really run that slant route to present himself open and really cut, right, at the top of the route. Johnny Wilson, he could get lazy because he's so big that once he's at the top of the route, he could just flash and, you know, he's just body mass. He's just there.
How to find a way to get the ball to this kid. Amazing. Travis against the grain and complete.
Physical. All right, now you catch it with your hands. We get back to those mitts, right? Watch how he takes a hit on his hands, a direct hit to his hands. A lot of guys will probably fumble about this time. Right? He holds on to the football, plays strength. That's a hard hit. It's a great hit too. But Johnny Wilson, he got a little bit of dog in him. Right? And then fights it off.
I had Benzes for you had races. The all black Maybach, but I'm not a racist.
Man, that just shows you how strong Johnny Wilson is.
See, that's what I'm saying. He has to work on getting that right long 20-foot in bounds. I need you to work with Devontae Smith. This is an incomplete pass in NFL all day long. Right now, your right brain should be telling your right foot to start dragging. Just straight down. Just put your foot straight down. He doesn't do this for whatever reason. He has to learn how to dance.
Just shows you how strong.
Drag it. It's right there, Bigfoot.
Wilson.
Jesus.
I just might learn to speak Mandarin. Japanese for the yen that I'm handling.
It's a great catch.
International hold, that's my handle. My Saints.
If Jalen Hurts is under pressure, he's rolling out, you know, and Johnny Wilson is in the game. This is the kind of play I could see him making. 3rd and 8, you got to have it. Go up and get it.
Chunk on, light a candle. El Gran Sancho on the mantle.
Big target. Big target.
Shout out the Worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a
worldwide mess.
Yes, still rock.
Yeah.
Travis wants
Yeah.
The homie said, "Hove, it ain't many of us." I told him less is more, niggas.
Plenty of us. That's it, brother.
Good extension there.
Yeah, I like it, but footwork. I mean, it's kind of hard to make that play, but.
By Johnny Wilson.
There's Johnny Wilson up top, one-on-one.
Fade to Wilson.
There it is. Get that big foot down. Like the wide receiver room with him and Keon Wilson. I mean, Keon Coleman and Johnny Wilson. That's kind of a crazy little tag team. 1-2. There it is.
Get them a red nose, they clown cakes.
Should've
never let you round cake. Look at my neck, I got a carrot cake. Now here's the icing on the cake.
It's a bad ball. Quarterback got to lead him. If he leads him, Johnny's length, his arms, he should be running towards the pylon.
I'm just getting started. Oh yeah, we got it, bitch. I don't make more millionaires than Lotto did. Dame made millions, Biggs made millions, Ye made millions, Just made millions, Cam made millions. Beans will tell you if he wasn't in his feelings. I'm back in my.
Yeah, man. I think there's a lot to like when you talk about Johnny Wilson. There's a lot there. There's a lot of talent there. And I think if Johnny Wilson is smart, he's going to get with A.J. Brown. He's going to get with Devontae Smith after practice. He's going to work with those guys. He has to work on his feet. I think he has enough tools to make the 53-man roster. Especially, if we have injuries to the wide receiver room. I definitely think he can play outside. He's not a tight end. He's too bony. He's too skinny to play tight end. He's a wide receiver. He's a wide receiver. He has wide receiver hips, right? If he had Ifeanyi Moma hips, nah, he wouldn't make the 53. But he could get – Johnny Wilson could get in and out of his breaks, I would say, just as quick as Ainias Smith could potentially get out of his breaks. Obviously, Ainias is faster, but to even be able to compare a 6'7" guy to Ainias Smith, who's like 5'8", 5'9", that tells you the value in Johnny Wilson's hips. He really has good hips. So that's what is going to create him, a space on this roster. Can he play special teams as well? So that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. I apologize. I know this is like 20 minutes, but, I really wanted you guys to really get a full, in-depth, honest look at Johnny Wilson and compare him to another body. Compare him to somebody that the Eagles have already brung in Philadelphia at one point. And to show you, like, he actually has talent. That's the thing about Johnny. He's not just a big guy. There are a lot of dudes that come in the NFL that's 6'7", 6'8". It sounds good, right? But it's a lot to work with. It's a lot of work that you got to do to get them where they need to be. Johnny Wilson, if he could get his feet right, he has great hands. He's tough. He's physical. He's fast. He has great hips. But in the NFL, as a wide receiver, if you don't have great feet, you're done. You're done. You got to be able to move your feet. Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco, that's what he said, man. My game is all about my feet. So I'm excited for Johnny Wilson, excited to see him in the preseason. He should definitely make some plays out there. So thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I'm going to go ahead and hang it up, man. It's 11:05. Man, until next time, as always, fly, Eagles, fly. Johnny Wilson, work on those feet, brother.